plane ride may be a must to get to where it took place in New York. But ask the people who walk the streets of this city about the best TV show of all time, and a lot of them say
Seinfeld.
the show about
Nothing.
with episodes
The one where Kramer is hitting the golf balls into the ocean and it gets stuck in the whale.
What is that, a title list?
and antics that never get old. Even decades after it went off the air.
Oh my! Everybody had that group of nut friends, because I have those nut friends.
A major player on Seinfeld, not that kind, walks Louisville streets just like you and I. But before we say hello, how about a contest?
I am never doing that again.
Get as many Seinfeld references into one story as possible. Hello, Newman. Jonathan.
Hello, Chris.
Jonathan Wolff calls himself the Seinfeld Music Guy.
I was in charge of the music. I turned that mother out.
As in this theme that became just as important to the show as Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer. Look, there's his name in the credits.
I went to Atherton High School. I turned 17 and left Louisville and went to LA.
He worked in studios out west for 10 years.
I was like a Swiss Army multi-purpose utility tool for musical chores.
Yada, yada, yada.
Eventually, that led to becoming a full-time composer.
Felt like getting the big desk at the J. Peterman catalog. At least at first.
I was like the Kevorkian of network TV.
He felt like saying, "Serenity now!" on more than one occasion, but he worked on some hits too. Who's the Boss?
Love and marriage.
Married with Children.
When Seinfeld came along, it was not a big hit.
Wolff was recommended.
From my friend George Wallace,
These jokes might be funny, they might not be funny.
Yeah, that George Wallace.
that led to Jerry Seinfeld hiring me for his show.
There's no way that you could fake this even.
That's right. In real life, Jerry Seinfeld has a best friend named George.
Wolff had a pitch for Jerry, kind of like the one Jerry and George had for NBC.
How about if we treat the Seinfeld theme song as if your voice telling jokes is the melody?
I'm always in traffic with the lame expert. You know this type of person?
Your human voice telling jokes might blend well with the human nature of my body sounds, tongue, lips, mouth, finger snaps, like this. And I had his attention.
Giddy up.
I knew something was there.
The show's open and theme were born. The struggling sitcom made it through a couple seasons, got a permanent time slot, and then the show, stole the show. Faster than Jerry snatched that marble ride.
Shut up, you old pig!
The success meant business started picking up for our homegrown maestro.
They loved the show, they loved the music. Come and do my show. I eventually became the composer for 75 primetime network series.
Will and Grace and Reba, to name a few, Wolff was wrapped up in it, like the Bubble Boy.
All right, Bubble Boy.
I didn't get to go home a lot. And my wife and I, we were just having way too many kids. And we decided that they needed me more.
He eventually had to say, "No soup for you." 2005 was his finale, and people seemed to think this one made some sense. Wolff and his fam came back to his old Kentucky home.
My kids grew up here and went to school here. We're happy here.
The role he and his man hands played in one of the greatest shows of all time is still present in his life. He lectures at universities about his time in primetime and performs at concerts. And recently, he released the Seinfeld official soundtrack album.
We were able to put together a really good playlist of Seinfeld fan favorites.
He's still out there, Jerry, and loving every minute of it. In Louisville, Chris Suter, WDRB News.